Hey everybody, how's it going? Oh, it's your last week of school? Oh my God, congratulations! Woo! Happy last week of school. How you doing? It's your eccentric and excited friend Savannah coming at you live from my house on Wednesday afternoon. You know what that means. Get your sticks in your hand, it's time to rock and roll! Okay, this video, it's being filmed on a Wednesday afternoon on this date, June the 3rd. I think it's June 3rd. Excuse me for not being totally sure. The calendar has felt a little irrelevant lately. But anyway, it's being filmed on this Wednesday, June the 3rd. But this one is for all time. I wanted to design this last and final video for you for this particular school year with the summer in mind, because I mean, maybe the summer is going to feel a little bit more like the school year than it has in years past because you haven't been going to school every day. But basically, this is where we just kind of say, enjoy your break, but keep playing music while you're not with us. You don't want to lose your chops. You want to be ready for whatever band or life has to offer you come September. But for every day of our lives, we love drumming. We love playing music. It's healing for us, and it's healing for our communities and people who hear us play. And it only gets better as you get better. So I wanted to make this video a little bit more geared towards practicing all summer long. So I wanted to try to give you a video that might be a challenge, because that way you got something that you can revisit and work on a little bit as we go along. And then maybe if you keep practicing with this video and find other videos on this topic out there on YouTube and other places, vicfirth.com is an awesome resource for drumming, by the way. But anyway, if you stick on this path and you try to develop this skill over the summer, we're going to be in a sweet place come September or whenever it is that we can physically be in person and play drums together. This particular skill that I'm about to spend a little bit of time and make a video about is something that I've had a hard time instilling in percussion ensemble or in our drum line or anything, because it takes time to develop. We just really haven't had the time to devote on this subject. It's something as a drummer that you really should know how to do. It's so fun. It's amazing. People will think you're a superhero if you know how to do it. And ready to learn how to do the double stroke roll? I thought you might be. All right, so let's get going on that. Double stroke roll. So if you watched the video from last time, it might have been from last time, one of these past videos, we started talking about rudiments a little bit and the importance of rudiments as a drummer. Basically, rudiments are musical percussive building blocks. They have to do with your coordination, and they have to do with different sticking patterns, and they kind of have to do with speed and agility as it pertains to drumming. So there are 3 different categories of rudiments. There were the roll rudiments, there were flam rudiments, and there were drag rudiments. We didn't really talk about drag rudiments, but we did talk about roll rudiments and flam rudiments in the past. Oh, and paradiddle rudiments. Sorry, we've spent a bunch of time talking about paradiddle rudiments, so there's 4 kinds of rudiments. So today, let's just get into roll rudiments. So if you have that Vic Firth poster handy, maybe I'll reattach it to this week's video so you can have a look at the context of like what a double stroke roll is. Great, you can look along, but you really don't need to look at any notation for this one. This is very much just an idea that, you know, a drum roll is our opportunity to play a long note. You know, if you're a flute player, you know, get your embouchure. Roll it, you're ready to go. You got, for as long as your little lungs can take it. Let me play you a sustain on the drum. Ready? Let me try again. You know, if you just hit the drum as we normally do, if you just get one hit, and it's not really a long note, unless I guess you play a cymbal. You know, and the sound can carry, but for us as drummers, when we want to sustain our sound, we have the option to roll. You can do a buzz roll or a multiple bounce roll. Like as if you're about to play the Star Spangled Banner. You know, drum roll, please. And you get that kind of a thing going. So that's a multiple bounce roll or buzz roll. We also have something called an open roll, which is as simple as just doing this. Really simple there by hitting my sticks, but it's just single strokes alternating at whatever speed. But then here's the more fun double stroke roll. So you guessed it, instead of hitting one time, you're going to hit twice. Like that. So with all rudiments, and we talked about this with the paradiddles, but with all rudiments, you want to practice them from slow. Well, I'll do like this to show you more space. There's more space in between each note. So you're going to practice them slowly. And we call that open. And then you gradually get faster with less space in between each note. And you close down that space. So we call that closed. So you go from open to closed, back open. Essentially from slow to fast, back slow. When you go back slow, it's an opportunity for you to kind of just like feel it all in reverse motion, to stretch out your muscles and just kind of bring it all back full circle. So let me just show you, this is a little more demonstration than play along minute. I just want to show you what a double stroke roll is like going from open to close to open. Pay attention to the beads of my sticks. Hopefully they should be traveling just straight up and down. I'm a little out of practice and, excuses, but that's ideally what you want, straight up and down. Take a look at my technique here. You don't want to see my pinky flying. You don't want to see my gap in my first finger and my thumb getting big like that. And you don't want to see my wrist starting to turn in like this or anything like that. So check it out. I'm just going to go from open, closed, back to open. Something like that, okay? So pretty much, hit my sticks a little bit in there, kind of lost it, felt a little uncomfortable for me when I was going really fast, but, we all could use more practice, so I'm probably going to keep working on this even after we're done with the video. So that's pretty much what that's all about. So there comes a point where you need to try this yourself. So why don't you just go ahead and pause the video and try exactly what I just did. You're pausing the video. Notice I didn't have the metronome on, and you're just going to kind of stroke it out, and then you're going to try to go fast, and then you're going to try to go slow. So go ahead, pause the video, check that out for yourself. Welcome back. Great job. How was that? It's nuts, right? It's pretty fun, but it's kind of nuts. We need to develop some tools and some mentalities to figure out how to do that. So did you notice there's going to come a point where you need to kind of shift gears a little bit. At the beginning of going slow like this, you really can just hit the drum twice, one per hand. That's still a double stroke roll, that still counts. But really what a double stroke roll is, it's that speed. That's where we got to get to. So there comes a point where you need to shift gears and stop going. Let me take this bracelet off so you can see. You need to stop using your wrist to get both of those, and you need to start using your fingers a little bit more. And this is the thing that you need to get used to. You need to start using the rebound off the drum head. It's not this. You're not pressing it down and keeping it down. And, equal and opposite reaction. So if you're sending in a force down, physics tell you that the drumstick needs to come back up. Because we live in that kind of environment, you know what I mean? Gravity and Newton, all these people that decided, that's what happens. I don't think they decided, I think they just observed it, and we've created laws of motion about it. But anyway, so equal and opposite reactions. So what I would suggest you do right now, take your drumsticks, best grip you can, you got your fulcrum, thumb and first finger wrapped around, and your back fingers gently wrapped, everything that you know you need to do. Wrists are flat, sitting up straight. Just go ahead and practice from an up stroke back to up. Just kind of loosely on your own time. You can do 2 per hand, so you can just kind of alternate. And and you're just doing this along with me. It doesn't need to be exactly at the same time as I hit the drum, but you're just experimenting with the idea that if you put the stick down, it's going to come back up. Now go faster. Single strokes. Faster. Out here. Hold it here. Double. Back to single. Back to double. Slow it down. Make sure the stick is still coming up. Slow it back down. Slow it back down. Together. Do some together. Down and up. Don't hit yourself in the eye, but back down and up. Great. One more. Sweet. Give me a little stretch. So that's a really important thing to remember. No matter what speed you're going at, especially when you're going faster, you want to be pulling up. Back up. Up is the way. What goes down must come up. Got it? I know you do. Sweet. So that's a really important concept to keep in mind. After there comes the point where you kind of can't really stroke it out anymore with just your wrist alone, and we're thinking about the rebound of the drum head, I want you to try that same thing we were just doing with coming back up. You know, right now I'm practicing on a practice pad, but I want you to try it real quick. Maybe, you know, after we're done this video, or pause the video and try it now. Go around some different surfaces, even your leg. Can't see my leg, but see how that feels different in your wrist and in your body. It's definitely gonna feel different in your leg. Try it on the real drum. Maybe I've got a hi-hat right here. And you just want to check out the rebound surface of everything that you kind of have available to you. Try it on a pillow. Try it on your mattress. And try it on your couch. Like, all of these are going to be really absorbative. Like paper towel. Absorption is a word. Absorbative? Let's go with absorbative. Surfaces, they're going to absorb a lot of your energy, and they're not going to give a lot of it back. But if you have a rubber practice pad, or if you have like a Kevlar drum head like our marching snare drums, or if you're practicing on your hardwood floor or something like that, that's going to shoot right back up. You're going to shoot your eye out, kids. So have fun experimenting on different surfaces. But all in all, truthfully, if you're practicing on a softer, more absorbative or whatever surface, you're going to be just kind of developing your muscles a little bit stronger in your wrists, a little bit stronger in your fulcrum. So that way when you go and you play on something with a little bit more rebound or less absorption, it's going to be easier for you, and it's going to feel like you're playing the drums through pudding. It's going to be wicked fun. So practice on a variety of surfaces, but just keep in mind what the surface is doing with you. You want to play with the surface of the drum now. So you just got to be kind of mindful of everything going on there. So we talked about the rebound here. We talked about how there's going to come a point somewhere in the middle. See how I'm just straight up bouncing that stick? You want to be getting that bounce to happen for you. Pulling up and getting that bounce to happen. Now notice, I'm just going to play a couple bounces here. This is the quality of sound that you're looking for. Just listen. Just check it out. You want both of those strokes to sound exactly the same, volume-wise, velocity-wise. It's not like this. And it's not like this. It's exactly the same. Like, you want those to sound pretty much the same. It sounds a little bit differently because, as you can see on my drum pad, I've got 2 missing screws here. So the tension's a little bit different on that head. So not the best example of the exact same sound, but you want your single stroke power to be the same power as your double stroke power. So keep that in mind as an ideal for what you're shooting for. You're going to have to work there. It's not going to be magically perfect right from the get-go. Otherwise, why would we practice and why would I make you this video? But I just want you to have these ideals in mind as you're working on this concept, so that way you have something to be like, oh, I'm doing it right, or I'm on the right track, or I know where I'm going with that. So just to recap everything I've said so far, you want to use the rebound of the drum head. You want to be thinking about playing back up. What goes down must come up. and you want to be thinking about the evenness of that double stroke. So there's going to be some bounce there, but you don't want it to sound like a bouncy ball. It's not like boom, boom. It's just bum, bum, back up. So you got to put a lot of effort and a lot of energy into the drum to get 2 strokes back up really evenly. If you're just kind of approaching this like you're drooling and like nothing's even happening here, you're not going to get a lot back. You gotta be stroking this out. You gotta really be hitting the drum, really getting a lot of energy back up. Once you get a full stroke, later we can work together to help custom tailor your dynamics, make you a little bit more of a sensitive player and stuff. But for now, believe it or not, bring it. Bring the volume. Don't hurt yourself, but like you've gotta put something in there to get something out. Okay, enough said on that. What I want to do now is bring you through a series of quick warm-ups that are going to get you into, like, kind of transition you into thinking about how to bounce your drumstick. So let's put it into practice. Let's use an exercise that you already know. And if you don't know it, you're picking it up now as we go. I always teach it orally, so you don't need your paper. This one's single, double, triple. You probably know it, so let's just get right to it. If you don't know it, just watch this video a couple of times and you're going to pick it right up. But single, double, triple is a sweet way for you to learn how to bounce a stick. So we're just going to do that. Why don't we do it with a metronome, because we're not savages. All right, when I turn it on, it's at 120. That's a little fast for where we want to start. Why don't I just dial that down? That's still fast. I need to warm up. I need to get started. All right, it's still a little fast. Okay, this is a good speed to start at. This is 80 beats per minute, set to the quarter note. This is single, double, triple. If you know it, play along with me now. Grab a drum pad, grab your sticks. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Repeat. Double, now. Awesome. So on the double and on the triple, that's where you're bouncing the stick. That's literally a double stroke. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So use that as practical practice. And then the triple stroke is just exercising you even harder. You know, sometimes they say like, do like a little bit more than you can, and that's where you're going to start to grow. The triple stroke, kind of think of it that way. You're bouncing the stick 3 times. We're just trying to do a double stroke roll. We're not doing a triple stroke roll, but this is going to be even more useful because you're just building up strength. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and notice returning back up. I'm not going and stopping the stick there. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See what's happening? Like you go down and back up. And all 3 of those sounded as even as I went. It should sound equal strength. So let's try that one more time together, bearing in mind the importance of the double and the triple stroke. We're still at 80 beats per minute, and do what you can to just make every stroke sound even. Count us off. Ready? Go. 1. Awesome. So at that speed, I'm just going to put that back on just to show you the triple stroke. feel, for me personally, I can still use my wrist and hit 3 times. 1, 2, 3, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm not really relying, I'm not going, it's not that fast yet. So 80 beats per minute, I'm still in that wristing it out phase. Let's just warm it up because I want to show you that transition. Let's go to 90 beats per minute. Yeah, let's do this right here. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play. Ready, and. You feeling it? You using the double stroke? 2, ready, again. Double, go. Awesome. So at 90 beats per minute, that was 90 beats per minute, I'm starting to have to use the rebound of the drum and I'm starting to have to bounce the stick. So to bounce it, you've got to have a nice tight fulcrum. This is where the motion is initiated from. It's not in your wrist anymore. It's starting to be from right here. So you got to tighten this up, but you can't be so tight in the rest of your back fingers that you don't have any room to bounce it. Like you literally got to let that thing come down and up. So it's going to come from, you're just going to have to learn this new feeling. You just have to going to learn how much pressure to apply in that thumb and first finger pinch and how much room to leave out here in the back. Don't leave so much room that you're, here, let me kind of, bad. This is very bad. Actually, this is a kind of cool time for you where you're kind of getting a little bit more used to videoing yourself and stuff, and so am I. You can check, you know, visually, how is my pinky back finger situation looking. If you just look down at your hands and you let your pinkies go, you don't always see that they're not on the stick because your hand's in the way. You can't always see it. So take a video if you're like feeling confident, you think you got it going on. Take a video, not to take yourself off the horse or anything, but you want to nip your bad habits before they become huge habits. So you don't want your pinkies flying off the stick when you're trying to let it bounce. You're just not going to be able to go any faster when you have to go faster. So nice and tight in the fulcrum. Back 3 fingers are loose, but they're hanging on for support. And next thing you know, you're going to be jumping around like that. Let's try 100 beats per minute just to see if we can feel a difference there. Quick coffee break. All right, here we go. Let me count us off. Pause the video right now. Well, let me tell you what to do and then pause the video and work on it. Okay. 100, that, I just found that. That's the magic number right there. That's where I was really starting to feel that I'm bouncing the stick. Like that's a little, if I'm trying to use just my wrist, I'm feeling very, very tight. It hurts, frankly. And if I just let that bounce, get such good stick height, like it's coming almost up to my ear. Like, I'm slouching. I can get awesome extension on that, but I feel like I have a lot of control and I'm getting a lot of volume and I'm very relaxed. So that's what it is to bounce the stick. If you want a variation on this exercise and you want to spend a little bit more time getting into it, try this at 100 beats per minute with both hands doing the double and the triple. So you're going to be looking like this. Ready on the double. Triple. The reason that that's useful is because you want to train both your hands to be even. You know, a lot of us, we're mere mortals. We have a stronger hand, we have a weaker hand that we're developing. But if you do them both like this, you're going to match your stick heights right in the same place. I'm a little off center from you, so you can't get the full effect. But, you know, you'll see it and you'll feel it too. It feels really good, frankly. So take a minute right now, pause the video, engage with single, double, triple a bit. We started at 80. We went up to 100 beats per minute. Push it even further, because this is the exercise that you're going to use that's familiar to you, that you're going to be able to feel what it is to bounce the stick. So go ahead, pause, jam that out a little bit, stretch it out, and when you're ready, hit play, because we're about to play a new exercise. Hi, welcome back. How was that? You have a great time? Shake it out. All right, so now you're single doubling, you're tripling, you're bouncing the stick, you're feeling it. This one's Ugga bugga roll. That's right, I said Ugga bugga roll. Like a buttery roll, but it's Ugga bugga roll. All right. So this is Ugga bugga roll. This is an exercise that I always want to get into with the drum line. We're pretty close, but we needed all this extra back work on how to bounce the stick, and we all need to get on the same page. So we're going to do it this summer, and we're going to hit it in the fall. Can't wait. See you then. So Ugga bugga roll, I'm going to give you a picture of what I just wrote out, but I'm pretty sure it's in your warm-up packet. So go ahead and check through that old warm-up packet. I'll email you a new copy, nice and fresh. You can practice all summer. But Ugga bugga roll is an exercise that I want to get going with this crew. So here we go. It goes like this. Single, 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 double, 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 double. You got that part? I'll do it one more time. Okay, and then single, 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 5, 6, 7, 8, double, 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 5, 6, 7, 8. So the first half of this, 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, second half goes like this. Right, left, so the second half is what we call a tap roll. You're tapping with the right and then you're starting that roll off the left. Why? You already know, because everything you can do off the right, you want to be able to do it off the left. So if you can start a roll on your right hand, I want you to be able to start it off your left also. So without messing up the flow of the exercise, we just add that tap on that first beat, and then you start the roll on that second beat on your left hand. So let me show you that short part again. It goes 1, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Got that? And then the long part, same format, just with the tap roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, tap roll. So let me play that whole second half one more time. Second half. Tap. Tap. Awesome. So with that slow speed, we're not jamming yet, we're not cruising, but you that diddle speed, that double stroke right there, that's your single, double, triple at 100 beats per minute. Oh, it's maybe even a little bit slower. It's a little slower. So if you were doing single, double, triple, fine, at 100, you can do what I just did at whatever speed I was at. Let's find that speed. Cool. 85 beats per minute, okay? So we started single, double, triple at 80 to 90 to 100. we're starting Ugga Bugga roll at 85. I'm gonna make a note of that. Okay, so start this at 85 beats per minute. We're working with the metronome now. We're gonna play down the whole exercise. You want both of those double strokes. We're rebounding back up. They're sounding totally even, totally strong, just as strong as your singles. That's the goal anyway. Do what you gotta do to work there, okay? From the top. 1, 2. 1, 2, ready, go. So I'm thinking of those first single strokes kind of as eighth notes. 1 and 2 and. With the click. 1 and 2 and. And then I'm thinking of the double strokes as 16th notes. You're going to see the double strokes notated with slashes. That's how you know it's a double stroke and not like this rhythm. Because we're working on this skill. It's the same rhythm, but we're working on a double stroke, so that's how you notate double strokes. That's standard across all drums. I didn't make that up. So you're going to see eighth notes for the singles, and you're going to see those slashed notes for the doubles. So just so you know what that is. Sweet. So if you're hanging with me at 85, you just ease it up, ease it up. How much do you ease it up at a time? Like, what's a good practice? When we were doing single, double, triple, I kind of wanted to show you the turning point in technique. So I went up 10 clicks at a time. But normally that's way too much. And you're not really going to be able to like develop technique by doing such big jumps like that. And also you already knew that exercise and I was just kind of reviewing it with you. But now that we're into something new, we're learning kind of a new exercise and building a brand new skill. I want you to graduate your tempo by like 4 clicks at most. So you're at 85, 89. Let's give that a go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. So on that, I was able to stay nice and relaxed. However, I did notice a tendency in my own playing. I want to point it out to you. On the long roll, the one that went like this. Roll. I sped that up. I came a little bit unglued with the metronome. I was speeding up. I could hear it. I didn't really feel it, but I could hear it with the metronome. So that's why you always want to be practicing with a metronome. Just getting back to our fundamental like responsibility of being drummers is to be like right in time, super accurate, nice foundation for the rest of the band or ensemble. But also, especially with these double stroke rolls, what sounds so impressive about them is like their machine gun accuracy. Like totally even. So you can't be like speeding up through them. They gotta, oh God. And you got to practice that with a metronome and get that going. So what I was just playing, like, let me show you like 120. This exercise at 120 beats per minute. Oh God. Shoot. Okay. I'm not warmed up. Here we go. One more. See it in my face there at the end? I'm like, all stressed out. That's why you never go from 89 beats per minute to 120 beats per minute and expect that to be a good idea. But what I just wanted to show you was you can really get this and get it cooking. And that's the kind of thing that you're going to get to in years. But that's really fun, and that's where I want to take you. And the reason that I wanted to make you a video for you to practice with all summer is because you're not just going to wake up and do that, but you might wake up and you might want to do that. So what you got to do is we got to take the steps to get there. So I wanted to outline for you the real steps that you can really take to really do it, because I learned how to do it right when I was about your age. I didn't learn when I was young in like elementary or middle school band. Like I learned in high school how to do that. And I learned how to do it in a few months. And then here I am. That's all that happened in my whole life. I wanted to do it, learned how to do it, now I'm doing it. I'm kidding. There's a little more to it than that. But really, I learned how to do it in just a couple of months. And it's all because of these exact warm-ups and practicing with the metronome, probably on this exact practice pad. Because, why replace your stuff if it still works? Except I could use some more screws, apparently, on my pad. So, Ugga bugga roll. Awesome exercise. That's the moneymaker. You're going to warm up into Ugga bugga roll by playing single, double, triple, or plus any other warm-up that you like. 8 factorial, whatever we've learned together, anything that you make up on your own, practicing along with music, whatever you like to do to get your hands moving and to get your head thinking about playing in time. Because you cannot practice this without playing in time. It's just not a good thing to do. So get warmed up, do Ugga bugga, single, double, triple to get your hands used to the idea of bouncing, and then try Ugga bugga roll. And if you do this kind of practice on your pad with a metronome for 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week, all summer long, when I see you in September, I swear you're going to be able to do it. And if you can't, if you're having trouble and you want to talk to me about it, you have my email. And, you can definitely get in touch with me however you want. Send me a video, send me a message, and I will be happy to work with you literally all summer long. The door is open because I like you and I like drums, and there's really no reason that I wouldn't want to keep working with you on this. So here's all the tools. Here's what you need. I hope you get it. I hope you get going on it. And, I think that's about all I have for you. I think I might include a bonus exercise called Sanford Shuffle. That's wicked sweet. I kind of want to include that as a little addendum, but this video is already 37 minutes long, so we're going to stop it right here. But if you're interested in like another bounce exercise that is on the same vein, you're getting sick of warming up with single, double, triple, shoot me a note and I'm going to get you Sanford Shuffle because that one's a blast as well. Okay? So, have an awesome summer. You've earned it. It's been a heck of a school year. If you've watched this video the whole way through, I'm already really proud of you. You haven't even started practicing yet, but I'm already really proud of you. I really hope you do practice with this, though. You don't need to watch me and hang out with me, 5 days a week for 20 minutes, because also this video is already 40 minutes. So watch this once or twice, take what I say, and do as I do. And I'll see you in September. You guys rock. Thanks. Bye.